Step 7.1 for the first team member, we're going to create the line chart for the current ratio, name it current ratio, put the legend on the right, and color the black, the best minimum black and line dotted. So we're talking about this one right here. Notice it's going from column G to L, it's going from 1 to like 17-ish, and it has the best minimum right here, which is the line number 1. It's black dots, and notice the legends at the right. Don't worry about the colors, we're going to fix that later. So the shortcuts we're going to use is Control G to go to the right cells, or Control Home in our case because it's the very first cell, and then Control A to select all the contiguous cells in our quick current ratio on the spreadsheet, all the data. Alt F1 to create a chart, and arrows and shift arrows to move the chart and resize the chart, although we're going to break down and use the mouse some because the shift arrow puts it in increments that don't quite line up with what we want. So we'll get as close as we can, and then we're going to have to use the mouse to modify it. And then also moving with the arrow is really slow after a while, so you might want to be tempted to drag it with the mouse. Anyways, Alt-JC is for all the things we can change, but I got to warn you, there's a couple of things that it's either extremely inefficient or very, or there's a bug that it doesn't work with keyboard shortcut. So we're going to have to use the mouse a couple times. I apologize for that. So Control-Shift-Alt to, or Control-Shift-Tab to go back to our data tab, and I'm going to go Control-Home to go to the very, very first cell, and then Control-A to select it all, and Alt F1 to make a chart. And I'm gonna it's going to go from G to L, so I'm gonna kind of center it between there, and then I'm gonna go Shift and bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, and that's about as close as it gets. So I'm gonna have to use my arrow key to get it closer, and then I'm gonna go Shift up arrow to make it the right size. Enter. And that's about the right size. Good. Now I'll go, I'm gonna make it a line chart. Right now it's a bar chart. So Alt-JC M for the different kind of charts, and I'm gonna go down to line. There we go. And then now we're gonna switch the rules in the columns because the companies are all on the x-axis, and we want those as variables. So Alt-JCW, there, Alt-JCW, there. Now, the current ratio, or all the years, from 2000 to 2004, they think is one of the data points, but we want it as the x-axis. And also we want the legend on the right. Let's do the legend. Alt-JC ALR for right. And let's get the chart title. Alt-JC chart title AA. Oh, that's axis titles. Alt-JC chart titles AC, and then E for edit, and then Shift Tab and current ratio. Good. Now let's fix the data. So that's Alt-JCE, and this is where we're going to use a mouse. For the horizontal field, we're going to choose current ratio, and current ratio now changes from one of the line values to B1F1, and I'm going to delete it from there. Good. Now another place to use the mouse is to click on the actual best minimum and go into format and change it from the brown. You might think automatic is the right one. Don't, it's black down here. And then click the outline again, go down to the bottom, and dotted line. Good. And then I can just exit out of that, and I'm done.